Every time I drop off those bags at the charity organization, I enjoy it. I love it. Because I know, as happy as I was back in the day, as soon as I picked up that pair of pants or joggers or whatnot, the smile, the way my face would lit up, a child's face, a mother's face, a sister's face, someone will go in there, pick it up and like, oh, this is amazing, this is beautiful. For those of you pregnant with dreams, aspirations, open for one thing or the other, there are things you need to do today in this season for you to eventually live that life tomorrow. For real though, I had no idea how strange this will be until I'm sat here now, leaning towards my microphone and trying to record this introduction for my podcast. My name is Esther, and this is Not For My Village People podcast. It's not for my village people yet again. We're back here, and I'm glad I'm back here, actually. I can't believe it. The other day, someone was telling me you've recorded 3 episodes already. I'm like, ooh, how? But anyways, this morning now, I woke up this morning to do this recording again. And I have been sat here for about 15, 20 minutes, just yabbering away, only for me to discover I didn't even hit the record button. Like, how do you podcasters, how do you guys do it? Someone said to me, you've done 3 episodes, you're now a podcaster. Am I? Like, am I really a podcaster now? Is that what it takes? Anyways, good to be back here, guys. Thank you so much for all your love so far. Today, I wanted to talk about seasons. Yes. And I'm sure you already know, you know, if you're listening to this, you already know there are different seasons. Yeah. I know you do know that. And you're wondering, why is she talking about seasons? Now, I'm not going to be talking about winter or summer kind of seasons or autumn and all of that stuff. And I'm also going to talk about it because at least you all know, you and I know, when it comes to summer, everybody loves summer, right? And yeah, I'm one of those very few people. I love summer. I love some part of summer, but I don't like the bits where, you know, you get a lot of flies, a lot of insects, and a lot of all this little tiny people come into your space. I'm an African and I cook a lot of African dishes, and every now and again when I finish it, because the smell lingers, you know, the everything, it just lingers in the hair in the house like that. So I like to open the kitchen window to like get some, you know, fresh air in the house. And when you do that in summertime, you know, my fellow people will know that when you do that in summertime, the flies get their way in the house and I hate it. So that part of summer I don't like. But then when it comes to winter, you know, and most people don't like winter as well because it's too cold. You need to turn on the heating and all of that. But that's a season where I actually enjoy, because even I can leave my food on, you know, I can leave it out and the food will not even go bad, because the house itself, the temperature in the house is a refrigerator on its own. Do you get that gist? Yeah. So, but today I'm not talking about the summer, the winter part of things, but I'm talking about seasons of life. Of our lives. There are different seasons in life, and I'm sure some of you are currently going through, you know, like the winter, the part of winter where, you know, you like and all of that stuff, and summertime when you like, because some part of winter as well, I like it because I get to put on my jackets and I don't have to put on those skimpy dresses that I sometimes don't really like, and I have a good excuse to put on my jean, my white pant trousers, and cover everything up. I love covering myself. So yeah, I love that part of winter. But again, it goes back to the seasons of our life. There are some seasons in your life that you're not enjoying right now. Some of you might be in a season where you're not enjoying right now and you want it to be done with. And some of you are loving the season. You're loving the seasons that and I know those type of seasons. You know those type of seasons where you're loving it. You're loving everything happening right now. Usually it has to do with love. When you're in love, I'm in love with you. When you're in love, then, you know, it's a season where I don't want it to be over. You know, I don't want it to be over. But yeah. Like, you know, we're talking about season today. There was a season in my life. I recently had a seamstress in my house to come and do some measuring and measurements and stuff. And I brought some of my clothes out because obviously, like every other human being out there, it's a new year. And is it even a new year if you're not signing up to the gym? If you're not planning to eat better? Well-being is important to me right now. Well-being is, you know, top on my list. I just had a baby 4 months ago, and I am looking to get back, on the groove, get even better than what it was before. So I'm trying to eat better. I started a challenge with my sister this week, and I am glad. I think it's going well so far. And because of all this well-being stuff that I've been into lately, I am dropping dress sizes. And there are some dresses, some of my clothing that I really don't want to part with just yet. So I got the seamstress in, to come and help me look into it. What can you do for your sister? What can you do? Well, how can you get my size 18, size 20 outfits? How can you get them to a size 14 or size 12? So I brought everything out. She was checking them, and obviously, of course, the bad news jumps in, She saw some of them and she started to put them apart. She said, you know what, this one's, Esther, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you'd have to let them go. But obviously, there are some sentimental attachment to some of your clothings, right? Am I the only one on that table? I'm sure I'm not the only one. Some sentimental attachments to it. But some of those dresses, I just said, you know what, I will let it go anyways. As per the seasons we're talking about, those clothing that I don't want anymore now, it will be going to charity. And this is something I have always discussed in my house, that my husband, hopefully is clear about that now. I am very particular about the things we no longer use in the house, most especially clothing, to go to charity organizations. I don't want it to be bin. Don't put it in the bin. Don't put it in the rubbish. Just take it to a charity organization, including the kids. Like I said, I've got a 4-month-old, and those babies, how they grow, kids generally, how they grow. Today they're very tiny, and tomorrow they're all grown and stuff like that. So with my newborn, obviously the first week they arrive, they can fit into all this newborn onesies, right? Onesies. But then as soon as you wash them, and you have to always wash their clothing because they're always spitting on it. They wear you change them 5 times a day. And as soon as you wash them, they shrink in size. Yes, they do shrink. So they can't fit in them anymore. But I know, because of some seasons I've learned from in my life, I know that shrunk onesie for a newborn will fit a child that is just arriving to planet Earth somewhere. So why throw it in the bin? Because at some point in my life, I remember saying, I mentioned it during the first episode of this podcast, about me being an asylum seeker in Belgium. And I remember back in the day when I was at the asylum, I didn't have clothes for periods where I didn't have clothes. And in order for me to get clothes, I didn't have money either. We had the opportunity to go to a storage section of the asylum camp where people donate clothing items to. And those clothing items, they were meant for us. Especially winter. Winter, I appreciate those clothes even a lot more, because in winter, you want the best jackets. And for a newbie in the country, obviously, I was an asylum camp because I was new in the country. I was new in the Western world. Nigeria is so hot as wherever. And I didn't really need winter in Nigeria. But I need winter. I need jumpers. I need all of that stuff. And I could not afford them. So they gave us the opportunity to go into the storage space once a week. Saturdays in the morning between 10 and 12. Yes, between 10 and 12, I will be there. The first time I let my lesson to be there on time was when I got there and I couldn't find anything that fit. So going forward, every Saturdays, I wake up very early in the morning and be there. We'll queue for the clothes. I had to queue for the clothes for what I could wear, for something to keep me warm and all of that stuff. That experience and the way I feel, and other kids as well, other kids, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, all of us, the way we felt as soon as we find something that is now new to us that we can wear to school and look good in and feel warm in and be happy about because it's a new outfit for us. It's something that someone somewhere, they didn't need anymore. It's not new for them. They don't want it anymore. That's why they've donated it. But in our life right now, it's new for us and we cherish it. We appreciate it. And the way we feel, the way I felt, as soon as I find that pair of jeans, as soon as I find that big jumper or that nice jacket, as soon as I find it, oh Lord, it's something new for me to wear to school. It's something to keep me warm. It's something for me to look nice in and be happy I've got new clothes. Because of that particular season in my life, has directed me and influenced my today, where my kids' clothes, my clothes, my husband's clothing, if we don't want it anymore, I'm not binning it. And I get vexed when I see that. When I go to, when you go and drop your bin and you see people throwing clothes into the bin, and like, you just give it to charity, because someone somewhere will appreciate it. They will appreciate it more than you don't want it now. That's why you're throwing it out. But at least give it to charity. So now, because of my newborn, I find myself driving once a week or even sometimes twice a week to the charity shop to make sure I give something back, because I know some child, some lady, some baby somewhere will look at it and there will be light in their eyes again. Our life as we currently live it is as a result of the seeds we planted at an earlier time. Yeah. Whatever you're going through right now, you're probably in that season, like I said earlier, your happy season where you don't want to leave, you don't want, you want it to whatever. But again, different seasons in our life. The person I am today is as a result of those seeds I planted, those seeds that those people planted in my life at the time. For me to see that, if I don't want it, doesn't mean another person don't want it. Appreciating each season in our life is very, very important to the quality of what we're going to have or get tomorrow. And I enjoy it. Every time I drop off those bags at the charity organization, I enjoy it. I love it. Because I know, as happy as I was back in the day, as soon as I pick up that pair of pants or joggers or whatnot, the smile, the way my face would lit up. A child's face, a mother's face, a sister's face, someone will go in there, pick it up and like, oh, this is amazing. This is beautiful. And something we need to appreciate about different seasons in life is it's there for a reason. And whatever is not working right now in the season where you're at is teaching you for tomorrow. I read somewhere, the love that does not last is preparing you for the love that will last. It's okay if it doesn't work out right now. It's okay if you're not enjoying this particular season. I've gone through a lot of seasons in my life that I didn't enjoy. So the ones I enjoy today, do you know what? I'm grateful to God. And just like we all know it, I talked about summer and winter earlier. Despite the fact that we all love summer, at some point, last year was so hot at some point, everybody missed winter. And in winter, we get enough of it and we're like, you know what? Not even to talk about the electrical bills right now, electricity bills and all of that. I know we're all looking forward to that period where we go back to summer and we don't have to turn on the heating in the house. Yeah, I know. I'm there. My husband, maybe he's there. But yeah, different seasons. It's okay not to. Sometimes we don't enjoy the season we're in. 2021, 2022, another story for another day. But seasons in my life that I really did not enjoy. I posted on my Instagram page one time about pregnancy. Now, I'm not talking about the actual pregnancy, but I'm also talking about the actual pregnancy. Because every now and again, we're all pregnant. You're pregnant with your goals. You're pregnant with that hope, with hope, with dreams. You're pregnant with it. But in order for everything to come to fruition, in order for you to have that baby, you've got to eat well, you've got to treat yourself right, and healthy baby, you've got to do all of this stuff. And for those of you that are pregnant with your goals, there are things you need to put in place as well if you want the goals to become, to materialize. For those of you pregnant with dreams, aspirations, hoping for one thing or the other, there are things you need to do today in this season for you to eventually live that life tomorrow. So if a love that you have right now, if it doesn't last, it's okay. It's preparing you for the love that will last in the future. But one thing I know for sure is that whatever seasons you are in right now, the sweet season is very easy to adapt. It's very easy to enjoy. It's very easy to smile, to find your smile. It's very easy to operate right in that season. I'm hoping you're operating right in your good season. In your good summer feel season, you're behaving right. But when it's difficult, more difficult to behave, you can misbehave is when the season is not right, when it's not the happy season, when it's the bitter part of things. But the bitter part of things is your hell. I say, a lot of people say, oh, I've been through hell, I'm back, and things like that. Yeah. How you treat your L, be very intentional about picking lessons there. Now, you can't control how you behave sometimes when you're going through L. But one thing I want to remind you, this as 7 as a reminder, remember during my introduction, I did mention on this podcast is not things that you've not heard before, but I will be speaking and I'll be talking about them from my perspective. And I'm hoping at least one person can find it relatable. Or it can serve as a reminder to something you heard a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. This is your reminder. This season will pass. But while you're going through the L part of your season, be very intentional about picking at least one lesson to learn. Being an asylum seeker in Belgium was one of my L's. One of the L I went through in life. Yeah, was one of the L I went through in life. But look at what I'm talking about today, the lessons I've learned there. Yeah, I know it probably is not a big deal to you. You probably, you give thousands and hundreds thousands to charity organization. I'm not there yet, but this is where I'm at now. Where I'm at right now, the season of my life is I'm able to donate what has shrunk, what does not fit anymore. I'm able to donate it to charity. I even go as far as washing them. Now, I don't just give them dirty. Now, I don't know how charity organizations operate. I didn't even know how it worked back then. I just knew the clothes we picked were already clean. They didn't smell nice. They didn't smell sweaty. They didn't have stains in them. No, they were already clean. They were clean clothes. So maybe charity organization will go the extra mile to make sure they are well put together. But before I take a clothing item to charity, I am washing them. I'm even including softener. So it smells nice before I donate them. I'm crazy, I know. Yeah, thank you. I wash them. I put softener in them. And I don't iron them. That's the only thing I don't do. But because I hardly iron my clothes anyways. But yeah. Before I then go and donate them. But seasons are necessary for a reason. They are. We all need that summer all out and partying time. We all need it in our life. And we all need the winter as well. Now, the environmentalists and all this, weather experts, they probably have other reasons and statistical reasons why we must have summer, we must have winter and everything. But I'm talking about seasons as per life now. Looking at your life right now, well, let me look at my life. It's my platform. Let me look at my life. That season before has prepared me for the season I'm in right now. And the same thing with the season I went through in 2021, 2022. And now I'm here smiling and having the ability to be happy and, to smile through things and to understand. I have learned some lessons on that journey that has brought me to my today. Yeah. Going through L is not good. We don't like it. But we need it for strength. We need it for the lessons learned. I talk about me being a personal development coach and a career coach. Is because I've been through some seasons in my life that I believe I can now pay forward the lessons I learned there to help some people grow. I was never always a confident person. A lot of people will see me now and say she's so confident. Some people even think, they go as far as thinking I'm an extrovert. I'm an introverted extrovert. I function in a space where I'm able to communicate. I'm a talkative. I'm a talkative where I'm able to invest and pay forward something. Those that believe a lot on why is she advising me, unsolicited advice and everything? You've not met me, because if you've met me, our conversations will, within an hour of our conversation, we will talk about career, we will talk about personal development. I will tell you about a book I'm reading. I'm not doing it for pride. I'm just doing it because it's things that have changed my life over time as a result of the seasons I've been through and taught me how to function. within those seasons. And most importantly, pick my lessons learned from the periods when I am going through hell. Now, how you respond in each season determines the harvest of tomorrow. And I don't know if you know the saying that when you dwell too much in a particular season, or because of a season you were at before, or the hell you're going through, it makes it even becomes a bit longer. It looks longer and even more difficult. Now, I'm talking about my yesterday now, because I want it to bless someone in their today. Because I understand we are all in different seasons of our life. Another reason to be very empathetic and be compassionate with people and be kind to people. We are all in different seasons of our life. Your season can be rosy right now, and someone else going through their hell currently. And your season can be a season where you're trying to escape from, and another person is just looking to get through that door. They want to go into it. They want to go into it. It's like marriage. Some people are right now on the phone talking to a divorce lawyer, and some people are currently planning their marriage. Some people are taking holidays now to escape from the kids in the house, and some people is at the IVF clinic trying to make a baby. Different seasons in our life. But the thing about the seasons I've been through in my life is that I don't regret it. They are my invisible scars. If I don't talk about them, if I don't tell it, you won't know. But maybe the wise ones will, you know. You know, the aged, you look through their eyes and you see wisdom. I have told you my respect to those that are older than I am, because they have that above of me. They have years of experience. They have years. Yeah. They have years of experience of me, more than I do. Yeah. In my very short 30 something years on earth, 34. Now I'm going to be 35 soon, of living. And someone that has lived 45 years, 10 years, they've got 10 years. 10 years more than I have. Now, I know age is nothing but a number, because even at my 35 years of existence, I may have been through a lot more hell than someone that is 45 years old. But still, trust me, there is something somewhere, something, irrespective of how atomic it may be, how little it may be, they have something more than I have, because it's 10 years of existence before they even dreamt of having me as a baby or as a child, or before I even turned one. Different seasons. The truth is, I've learned a lot and I'm still learning. Seasons have taught me the meaning of friendship and the types I want in my space. Yeah. I've learned how to be tough when necessary and how to grow when I need to. I've been through hell and back a few times. Yes, I have. And it doesn't mean I won't still go through stuff. Now, we don't like to go through bad things. But yeah, we'll still go through them so we can learn things. Now, I just pray God give me the strength, the wisdom and understanding in order to manage myself, maneuver myself, and the strength to live through tough days when they come. And God should please, in his infinite mercy, should be merciful with the kind of hell that is still in the future. I have been through hell and back a few times, and I'm learning how not to take things I have today for granted. I'm still learning. I call them my privileges. My privileges. Oh God, I have a roof over my head. I have a car. I can drive. I don't know if you get that as well. Every now and again, sometimes it happens where when I'm behind the wheel, now I've been driving for over 10 years. When I'm behind the wheel, it still just pops in there like, oh, Esther, you're driving, you can drive. Yeah. My privileges. I am still learning how not to take them for granted. Seasons are here for a reason. Please don't forget. What you're going through right now, happy, sad, bitter, sweet. The seasons are here for a reason. Try to enjoy the sweet ones. Try to learn how to behave when you're happy, those when you're going through the good ones. However, look for the lessons in the ones you don't like, because you don't want to just go through hell in vain. Yeah, we talk about ups and downs, yeah, ups and downs and everything. It's not balanced. Life is not balanced. We talk about this. So the fact that it's not balanced and ups and downs means you will get sweet days and you will get bitter days. But don't forget to look for the lessons in those bitter days, because it's easy to perform. It's easy to be okay within the bitter times and within the good times. It's the bitter time that is very important. You're allowed to wallow. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to cry. But while you're doing all that, please remember to pick a lesson, at least a lesson. If you're blessed to find lessons in it, go ahead and learn from them. But if not, make sure you're very intentional about picking at least one lesson, because you don't want your L to be in vain. Thank you all so much for today again. And it's your girl, Esther Ray, and I'm so glad and grateful to God for this particular opportunity. I hope I speak to you guys soon again. Bye for now.